It begins where most cars end. The Nürburgring, a legendary track feared by many, respected by all. A place where engineering is tested, and only the most brutal machines survive. And from the heart of Germany, born in the laboratories of racing excellence and refined in the crucible of Formula One, comes a machine that defies logic, the Mercedes-AMG ONE. A road car, they said. But the AMG ONE is anything but ordinary. It's not just a car with a license plate. It's a promise, a loud, screaming, turbocharged promise that Germany still builds monsters. The world waited. Years of delays, rumors, and technical hurdles. Critics whispered it was too ambitious, too complex. That adapting Formula One hybrid tech for the road was a dream destined to fail. But AMG didn't flinch. They pushed. They perfected. They obsessed. And when the covers finally came off, the world fell silent. Underneath its sleek, blade-sharp silhouette lies the soul of a championship-winning Formula One car. A 1.6-liter turbocharged V6 hybrid engine, the very same DNA used by Mercedes-AMG Petronas in F1, tuned to road-legal madness. 11,000 RPM. Over 1,000 horsepower. And a sound that isn't just heard, it's felt. But specs are just numbers. The Nürburgring doesn't care about horsepower. It doesn't care about price tags or badges. The green hell is where legends are made or broken. So, AMG brought the ONE to the ring. No fluff. No fanfare. Just rubber, tarmac, and the roar of German vengeance. The lap began. Corners that chew up supercars were taken like ballet moves. Elevation changes that test balance and bravery were met with ease. Every split-second decision calculated by cutting-edge software. Every ounce of downforce engineered for war. The AMG ONE wasn't just fast, it was devastating. And then, the moment came. 6 minutes. 35.183 seconds. The AMG ONE didn't just beat the Nürburgring. It erased everything before it. Hypercars, supercars, prototypes, none of them mattered now. This was history. This was Germany, reminding the world who builds the fastest machines on Earth. But the AMG ONE is more than a Nürburgring record holder. It's a statement. It's the pinnacle of engineering, where road meets racetrack. Where hybrid technology isn't about saving fuel, it's about unleashing power. Where aerodynamics aren't about efficiency, they're about control at 300 kilometers per hour. Every surface, every vent, every fin designed with purpose. The active aero system isn't for show. It transforms in real time, adapting to speed, corners, and downforce demands like a living, breathing creature. Inside, there's no luxury. No wood trim. No massage seats. Just 2 carbon fiber racing shells, a digital cockpit, and a steering wheel stolen straight from an F1 car. Because comfort is not the mission. Performance is. The AMG ONE isn't meant for traffic. It's not built for commutes. It doesn't care about your Spotify playlist. It exists for one reason: to transfer F1 technology to the road without compromise. No watering down. No softening. Just raw, brutal capability. And it does it legally. Yes, this weapon is road legal. Imagine seeing it in your rearview mirror. That low-slung predator stance. Those piercing lead eyes. The growl getting louder. Closer. Until it passes and leaves your entire reality shattered. Only 275 units will ever be built. Each one handcrafted. Each one a time capsule of racing perfection. Owners aren't just buyers, they are guardians of an engineering achievement that may never be repeated. Because let's be honest. In a world racing toward electric silence and automated comfort, the AMG ONE is a final scream. A last roar of combustion, precision, and speed. It's not just the fastest German road car. It may be the last of its kind. And as it sits, cooling down from its record-shattering Nürburgring lap, surrounded by whispers and dropped jaws, the message is clear. Mercedes didn't just build a car. They built a legend. And it destroyed the Nürburgring. To understand the AMG ONE, you have to understand what it means to take a race engine, a living, breathing, high-strung heart, and tame it for the real world. Formula One engines aren't built to last. They're designed to run at near-melting temperatures, redlining at 11,000 RPM, screaming across circuits, then retiring after just a few races. But for the AMG ONE, that same engine had to obey emissions. It had to idle. It had to handle heat on a summer city street. The engineers weren't just making a car. They were performing open-heart surgery on a monster and then teaching it how to walk in traffic without exploding. The startup procedure alone takes several minutes. This isn't a car you start, it's one you awaken. Behind the scenes, Mercedes brought in the very best. F1 engine wizards from Brixworth. Software geniuses from Stuttgart. Aerodynamicists used to shaping wind around Lewis Hamilton's championship cars. And speaking of Hamilton, he didn't just lend his name. He gave feedback, pushing the team to deliver not just something fast, but something worthy of the F1 badge. The delays? They weren't failures. They were obsessions. Mercedes-AMG could have released the ONE earlier. But that wasn't the mission. They didn't want just another hypercar. They wanted the hypercar. One that runs not on gasoline but on glory. And then there's the hybrid system. We're not talking about Prius tech here. The AMG ONE uses 4 electric motors, one on the turbocharger, one directly on the crankshaft, and 2 up front for the front wheels. The result? Instant torque. Zero lag. And 4-wheel drive so precise it feels telepathic. On corner entry, it knows where the grip is before you do. On acceleration, the front motors pull you out of the bend while the rear explodes with fury. It's not just fast in a straight line, it's devastating everywhere. On dry pavement, on high-speed circuits, on technical tracks, the AMG ONE adapts. Learns. Responds. The tech inside is smarter than some race teams. But none of this means anything without emotion. Because when you're behind the wheel, even if you're not a racing driver, the AMG ONE doesn't judge. It teaches. It invites you into the world of apexes, braking zones, and throttle finesse. It whispers to you through the seat, the pedals, the steering. It doesn't just take you fast, it connects you to the machine, to the road, to everything that's ever been great about driving. And when the road ends, when you shut it down, step out, and look back, it almost doesn't seem real. Because the AMG ONE is more spaceship than car. More race machine than street vehicle. It's art carved from carbon fiber, breathing through titanium, powered by electricity and gasoline in perfect harmony. And while the world moves toward quiet, autonomous pods that drive themselves, the AMG ONE exists as a reminder. A reminder of what happens when you take Formula One and set it loose on the street. A reminder that passion, obsession, and engineering can still create something unforgettable. And a reminder that the Nürburgring, the green hell, can still be conquered, not by artificial intelligence, not by software alone, but by man and machine working in perfect sync. From Germany to history. The AMG ONE is not just the fastest road car Germany has ever produced. It's the most ambitious, the most complex, the most uncompromising. And it may never happen again. Because rules will change. Technology will evolve. Silence will replace sound. But this car, this AMG ONE, will always be remembered as the moment we touched the limit and kept going. The legacy is written. The road trembled. And the Nürburgring? It was never the same again. There are moments in automotive history that become immortal. Moments when the rulebook is thrown away. When engineers go rogue. When the mission is no longer profit, but perfection. The AMG ONE is one of those moments. It didn't exist because Mercedes needed another car to sell. It wasn't built for market demand. It was created because somewhere in Germany, a group of obsessed minds refused to believe that Formula One technology couldn't live on the street. And they proved the world wrong. They didn't just build a hypercar, they built a bridge between two worlds. Between racetrack and road. Between science fiction and cold, hard engineering. This car is an achievement. Not just for Germany. Not just for Mercedes. But for the entire world of driving. Because in a time where everything is becoming sanitized, where cars drive themselves, where sound is replaced with silence, where the thrill of driving is being forgotten, the AMG ONE is the ultimate reminder of why we fell in love with cars in the first place. It's that feeling. That first goosebump when the engine roars to life. That hair-raising chill when it downshifts into a corner at full throttle. That moment when time slows down and the road becomes a blur. It's raw, pure, mechanical beauty, and it will never be forgotten. The Nürburgring will remember the AMG ONE. So will every driver who's ever dared to push their limits. And so will you now that you've seen what happens when ambition meets insanity and wins. Because this isn't just the fastest road car from Germany. It's the most fearless. And it just destroyed the most dangerous racetrack on earth like it was a Sunday drive. Now, if you're still here, if your heart is racing, if you love machines that defy possibility, you're in the right place. This channel is for you. For the dreamers, the petrol heads, the gear lovers, the future builders. We explore the wildest machines, the boldest inventions, and the stories that mainstream media never tells. So if you want more insane builds, futuristic beasts, and record-breaking legends, hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Drop a comment. AMG ONE equals history made. Let's build a tribe of enthusiasts who still believe in speed, soul, and the scream of 1,000 horsepower echoing through the mountains. This is Gearless Garage, where stories like this are just the beginning. And next, we go faster. We go deeper. We go beyond limits. Join the ride. And there it is, the AMG ONE. More than just a car. More than just a record. It's a symbol of how far engineering, passion, and pure obsession can go when no one holds back. From Formula One circuits to public roads. From wild concept to record-breaking reality. The AMG ONE is proof that tech and motive power can come together to create something timeless. And that's exactly what we celebrate here on Tech Motive. Machines that move us. Innovations that challenge us. Stories that inspire us to look at technology not just as tools but as expressions of human ambition. So if you're driven by the thrill of performance, if you live for the next big leap in tech, and if you want more stories like this, from the bleeding edge of engineering, subscribe to Tech Motive now. Like the video if the AMG ONE gave you chills. And drop a comment. Tech plus power equals AMG ONE fire. Because at Tech Motive, we don't just follow technology. We follow what moves it. And what moves you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep it in gear.